Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to do oral cites and also what concepts resonated with me from the video. So first I want to do 3 examples of how I could cite a source. So in my informative speech I'm going to be talking about Roe v. Wade and its history and its current impact and consequences. So one example of maybe a news source such as the New York Times would be, according to a 2022 article from the New York Times, the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade in the Dobbs versus Jackson case is marked the first time in history that a constitutional right, specifically the right to abortion, was removed in court. A second example from an expert source or a legal scholar is in a 2022 interview with NPR, constitutional law professor Mary Ziegler from UC Davis explains that Roe v. Wade was not just about abortion, it was about how the Constitution protects privacy and bodily autonomy, which is why its reversal sparked such widespread legal and social debate. And then if I wanted to do a legal source, such as the actual Supreme Court decision itself, I would say in the original 1973 Roe versus Wade ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court stated, and I quote, "The right of personal privacy includes the abortion decision, which established abortion access as a constitutional right under the 14th Amendment Due Process Clause." So these are all super examples of good oral citation structures because it has the who said it, where was it said, when was it said, and why it matters. Another thing I want to talk about is the video. So one concept that resonated with me from the video was the importance of staying objective and not necessarily trying to persuade your audience during your informative speech. It's easy to cross into persuasion if you start giving opinions or you try to push people towards a specific action. So what stood out to me was the goal of informative speaking is to teach and not to convince, which means also choosing language that explains and not argues. So this will affect my informative speech because I need to focus on facts and definitions, statistics, and clarifying things rather than passion or maybe more emotional appeals. One thing I can do is to make sure to present multiple viewpoints or causes and avoid pushing a single interpretation. So this helps me better understand the role of credibility and neutrality in informative writing. Thank you.